Today we're working on the 2001 Bear Tracker 250, and if you've seen on my last video, my petcock is leaking, so I had to order me another one. I've got it down there and I'm going to put it in today. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take this old petcock out. I've got some gas in the tank. I don't want to empty the tank, so I've got it standing up so all the gas is down in the front of the tank. I wasn't really sure why this was leaking. I put a little bit of gasket sealer on it. I put some O-rings in it. I tried different things. I couldn't get it to stop leaking, so I just ordered another one. They don't cost that much anyway. So now this is what the petcock looks like. If you're unfamiliar with it, whenever you have it in this position, it shuts it off. Whenever it's down, it's in the on position, and it draws fuel from up here. When you put it in reserve, it starts drawing the fuel from way down here at the bottom. And I got me a new petcock. It comes with a new fuel line and a filter, which I need that, and a new petcock and a new spring clip for the line. Now this petcock comes with the filters on it. One's already attached and the other one you just got to slide it on. Make sure that's firmly attached on there. And we got to put the gasket on it. It's got little tangs down in there. You can push it down inside of it and it'll hold it in place. And then it's got a couple of these fiber washers. And these are for the bolts or the screws to put on the outside. Alright, so I got one started. Alright, let's make sure that we don't have any leaks in it before we put the gas line on it. Yeah, look at that, no leaks. That's what we want. The other one was just pouring gas out of it. So now we'll go ahead and install our gas line. This is the one they supply with it. I'll go ahead and install the gas filter, fuel filter, and you want the big end down. It probably has a flow direction on it. A lot of them do. I don't see it on this one. This looks like an awful big one for this little hose, but I guess it fits. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a tight fit. That's not going to come off, that's for sure. Alright, now we're good to go. We just got to hook it up and we'll be good to go with the fuel tank. So now I'm going to get ready for my next job. Before I put this fuel tank on, there's something I want to do first. Alright, I want to do a valve clearance check and adjustment, so I'm going to take off these caps that's on the intake valve. I can use the impact on this side. And this is just going to be a quick and easy one. I'm not going to go through and set the timing and stuff. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Generally, those are coming out really easily. That makes it a lot easier. Alright, before I turn this over, I'm going to have to take the spark plug out to relieve the compression on it. Make it a lot easier to turn over. A little bit that I ran it looks like it might be running just a little bit rich, but it doesn't look too bad actually. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bump this over and I'm going to watch these valves. And as soon as the exhaust valve goes down, I'm going to check and adjust the intake valve. And then I'm going to do the same for the other. When the intake valve goes down, I'll check and adjust the exhaust valve. Alright, I'm going to click this until the intake valve goes down, and it's going down. It's back up, and the exhaust is going down. So I'm going to turn this off. It's on the exhaust stroke, so I know that this one's loose and I can check it. Now right here on the air box, it shows that it's supposed to have 0.05 millimeter up to 0.09 millimeter for the intake, and 0.11 millimeter to 0.15 millimeter on the exhaust. So I do them all pretty much on all the engines the same unless it calls for something different. So as you can see on this, I have this marked intake. I use this so much on all the intakes. This is 0.08 millimeter, and we're going to see where we're at on the adjustment. And that fits in there really loose, so we'll go to the next side bigger, see if it goes in, and it goes in. So this needs an adjustment. So I need a 10 millimeter, and this is a 10 millimeter. So I'm going to loosen this up. And then I'll take my pit posse tool. I'll put it on there and I'll run it down once I get my feeler gauge in there. I'll run it down to where it just barely touches, where it feels snug. Alright, right there feels good. Okay, now I want to put my 0.08 millimeter feeler gauge in there. I'll put my tool over the lock nut. I'll just slightly tension the nut. I'll run my adjuster knob down, and I'll turn this until I feel it's got a slight drag on the feeler gauge. That feels pretty good there. Alright, let me tighten it down. Alright, so we'll check it. And that feels good. And then we'll check the no-go, which is the next size bigger. And that doesn't go in. So this one's good. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it back on again, and I'm going to bump it till I see the intake start going down. Now the exhaust should be ready to check and adjust, and it does feel like it is ready. Okay, now I'm going to use the 0.12 millimeter. As you can see, this is the normal exhaust one that I use. It's a 0.12. Feels a little bit loose. Let's see if the no-go, which is a 0.15, see if that goes in. And that goes in. So that needs adjusted as well. Which is a 0.15. And that does not go in, so our valves are adjusted correctly. So I'll go ahead and put the covers back on it. Alright, now I'll go ahead and put the tank in. I spilled a little bit out of the hose that came out of the cap. Made a little bit of a mess. That hose they gave me was a little bit too small diameter hose, so I got a little bit larger one that I have and I put on it. So we'll go ahead and attach this. Hopefully this will do better. We'll see. Looks like it's filling up the filter. So far so good. I don't see any leaks anywhere, so I think we're good there. I'm going to go ahead and put the spark plug back in. We're going to get ready to start it up since we got fuel down to the carburetor and there's no leaks. And it's all looking good. Okay. Now that we got everything looking good, we're going to go ahead and fire it up. I'm not going to choke it yet until I find out if it needs to. And we'll see how it does. Boy, it sounds really good. It doesn't look like it's smoking now. Maybe it was just from sitting so long, the rings were kind of, you know, seated a little bit on the piston and I needed to free them up a little bit. But so far it's looking good. Sounds really good. It's idling good. Revving good. I like it. I don't see any leaks anywhere either. So I'm going to go ahead and let this warm up and then we'll pick back up whenever I'm ready to start changing the oil. Alright, now that the engine's cooled down just a little bit, I had it warming up. Get the oil good and warmed up and circulated. I'm going to use a 19 millimeter. And I'm going to break this loose and take this off. This has got a spring and a screen in it. So you got to be really careful. It'll probably make a little bit of a mess. Clean the cap off a little bit. And this does have an O-ring on it that seals it. It's reusable. And you gotta reach in there and pull out your spring and your screen. And this screen has quite a bit of gunk on it, actually. Look at all that. So that needs cleaned off. It's a good thing they have the screen in there. So we'll just take a little cleaner spray it out real good, because we want it good and clean. And ready to install. Okay, so when this goes back in, like this, and then the cap goes on it like that. I'll reach in here and clean this out too. See if there's anything in there. It looks just like oil, that's about it. Clean the sealing surface off, or at least wipe it off. Okay, so now I'm going to put the spring and the filter back in the hole. Because say the filter goes in first, and I'll put the cap in. The cap's still got oil on the O-ring, so I don't have to oil it. And I've got some long extensions to make it easier to get out here to loosen and tighten it. You gotta be careful of this socket, because they do have a tendency to fall in the oil all the time. Alright, now on the right side of the bike is the filter. We'll take these 3 bolts out. Woo, that's a long bolt. That's my first time taking this off, so I'm going to be really careful. Make sure that I put this back in the way that I take it out. It's got a thing in there. So let me pull this filter out. Filter feels pretty heavy. Boy, there's a lot of crud on that. Wow. Almost feels like it's got sand in it. I'm not sure what that is. But we need to clean that out really good. The bigger part of the rubber goes in the way it looks. Alright, so now I'm going to spray my rag real good. And I'll shove it in here and clean that surface back there. It's in the back where the back of that filter was riding for whatever reason. Some kind of contaminants in it. Okay, now the cover's pretty much clean. I'm going to take me my filter. Now the bigger end goes in just like on the other one. Just like so. And then this goes in like that. Click. All right. Those are all tightened down. Now it says right up here that it's 1,500 cm3, which is about 1.5 quarts, 1,500 milliliters. So we'll go ahead and fill this back up, clean my funnel out. This is what I'm putting in it. It's just conventional oil. The next oil change, if I still have this, I'd put synthetic in it, but for now I'm going to put conventional. About 650. Right at about 500, a little bit less. And that's what I need, because I think it's like 1500 and no, I think it's 1500 even. So let's see where we're at. Let's check the oil level. Looks like it's all the way up to the top, but we need to start it up to get the filter filled up and all of that. All right, I'm going to turn the key switch on. I'm going to start it. I'm going to let it idle for just a little bit. Then I'm going to shut it back off and recheck it. And you don't want to blip the throttle. Just let it slowly work its way through the engine. I didn't drain this completely out. I didn't let it sit for a long period of time. So it's still got a little bit of oil in the system. So I'm going to let it all mix and fill up all the voids and everything. I'm going to check for leaks. Make sure I don't have any leaks. All right, it's been sitting for a little bit after I shut it off, maybe for a minute or two. We'll clean it off and we'll check the oil level in it. We don't screw it down, just set it in there. And it's right in between the low and the full mark, so that's good. It has almost exactly 1500 milliliters in it. It's just a tad bit more, but it's right at 1500 millimeters, so milliliter. I think we're good. All right, let me start it up. Let me show you how it does. Boy, it starts instantly. So you can see that it's not smoking. It may have just a little bit of smoke. It's not very much at all. I think that'll work its way out. Like I say, it's been sitting a long time. And it doesn't look bad at all. It looks pretty good, actually. The engine sounds good. It revs good. It idles good. So I think everything's doing well. Starts fantastic. So I got everything done I wanted to do today. I've got the petcock changed, so my gas leaks are fixed. I rebuilt the carburetor. I should say I cleaned the carburetor. I took it apart. I didn't even put a kit in it. I just reused everything. I made sure everything was clean. I was surprised the bowl gasket didn't leak on me because it didn't have much protruding out of it, but it's such a machine surface. If it's good and tight, most of the time it doesn't leak. So the carburetor's good. I've got the valves adjusted. That's good. Got the oil changed. The oil definitely needed changed. I don't know what was on that filter. It kind of has me concerned a little bit, but it was a little bit on that screen over there, but I think we got it taken care of. I'll run it for a little bit and I'll change the oil again. It's only 1.5 quarts and make sure everything's good, but the engine sounds good, so I don't think there's a problem. All right, so on the next video, I'm probably going to be addressing this front brake because it's locked up, and I'll be fixing that and getting the brakes going so I can actually drive it. I can't go very far. I'll have to fill the tire up long enough to be able to test it, and then I'll put new tires on it, but I probably won't put those on for a couple of weeks. But I'm getting close. I mean, I'm not going to do a whole lot to this machine. I just want to get it running and driving, and without any kind of problems, they'll end up selling it. All right, I appreciate y'all coming along, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and leave me a comment. All right, see you later.